Hello everyone, and welcome to the second of a series of videos designed to help your playing technique on the ukulele. This one's called 5 Ways to Play Quietly in a Song. 5 Ways to Play Quietly in a Song. Firstly, have a listen to this excerpt from a song called The Streets of Laredo. This is the last verse, the verse that's normally sung right at the end of the song. It's a sad song. We beat the drum slowly and played the fife lowly, and bitterly wept as we bore him along. For we loved our comrade so brave, young and handsome. We all loved our comrade, although he'd done wrong. So perhaps you could tell from the song that I just played that I was trying to play it quietly, a nice quiet ending to a song that's usually sung fairly softly. Let's see what I did in that song, and I'll also go over some other techniques. Let's start with number 1. Now, number 1 is an obvious one. If I'm going to play a song that's nice and quiet, or the end of a song like this, I wouldn't hit the instrument too hard. Have a listen to this. We beat the drum slowly and play the fife. It just sounds horrible. I'm singing perhaps too loudly, and I'm certainly playing too loudly. So you might want to, for instance, use your thumb, the softer part of your thumb. We beat the drum slowly and play. And that sounds a little bit better. So I'm hitting the instrument a little less hard. Of course, we could always pick rather than strum. Like this, perhaps. We beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. So I was just playing gently, and I was playing with a lilting rhythm. So there again, we've got another way of playing quietly. That's probably the first and most obvious way of playing quietly in a song. Just don't play so loudly. And your singing should, of course, match that. The second way would really depend on whether you were playing as a solo or whether you were using other instruments as well. Let's say, for instance, you had a couple of ukuleles and a guitar playing. When you came to a part of the song that you want to play a little bit more quietly, a little bit more gently, perhaps a little bit more intimately, then it could easily be the case that two of those instruments stop playing altogether, and you're just left with one instrument to play that particular part of the song. It doesn't have to be the end of the song, by the way. It could be somewhere in the middle. So as a good tip anyway for recording any kind of song, if you have contrasts of dynamics, that's contrasts of volume in the song, it always improves the song. It always makes it more interesting. So another way, the second way then, is to use fewer instruments in a particular part of the song. The third way is a very interesting way, and I do this quite often. It's a lot of fun this way, is if you're playing a live performance with a number of other people. And that is, you all stop playing instruments and just sing acappella. Now, acappella is an Italian term. It means in a chapel style or in a church style, and it goes back to the days when there were no instruments used in church. It was just voices. It works particularly well if you're singing in harmony, but it gives a really sort of gentle effect in the middle of the song. It can be used at the end of a song as well. I very often end a song something like this. For we all loved our comrade. Sorry, I got that wrong. For we all loved our comrade, although he'd done wrong. And I don't play at all. I just stop playing and just do the last word or last couple of words without any instrument. I'll do that again because I made a bit of a mess of it. For we all loved our comrade, although he'd done wrong. And you can put a note at the end as well. So the third way then is to stop playing altogether. If there's several of you playing, just all of you stop and you can just carry on with voices. It makes a very interesting dynamic contrast, and also a contrast of the tone quality of the instrument, of the song as well. I'm getting my tongue twisted here. Number 4. Number 4 is a very interesting one. And I gave you this example in the song that I sang at the beginning, in the example I gave at the beginning. It's to play less often. In other words, you don't have to strum on every beat. You can just play the first beat of each bar. It makes it sound really effective. In this one, we've got the beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Well, we haven't got a drum playing, we've just got a ukulele. But I did something like this. We beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. And of course, you don't have to do a broken chord like that. You can use all 4 fingers on the 4 strings. And bitterly wept as we bore him along. So you can play less often. If you've been playing lots of strums like that, you could do something like this instead. We beat the drum slowly and play. So it goes, it's in 3 time, this song. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But just play less often. Don't feel that just because you're capable of playing a very intricate strum or finger picking pattern that you have to play that all the way through. It's sometimes much more effective to actually play something simple. The final thing, number 5, is to play fewer notes. Now, you might think that's the same as playing less often. Playing less often means you make the notes longer. You don't play so many repeated notes. But playing fewer notes, you can do this very simply. If you've previously been strumming, and then you just go to finger picking. Like that. Now I'm doing a finger picking pattern there. You can actually play a melody, as I did in the example at the beginning. I played a counter melody. For we all loved our comrade, so young and so handsome. Now, I was playing this. This is the melody. And I was playing this. I was playing a little bit lower. For we all loved our comrade, so young and so handsome. So, play fewer notes, or play a counter melody. Instead of strumming, do finger picking. Or you could play, as I did at the end of this, I was playing, it's called double stopping. It means just playing 2 notes at once. For we all loved our comrade, although he'd done wrong. I'll play that without the singing. You've got to, of course, be able to work out what notes you want to play that fit in with the melody. But that's a very effective way of doing it. And I slowed down at the end as well, so it ended quietly and gently. So there's the 5 ways I can think of playing quietly in a song, playing a passage in a song quietly. Not playing the whole song quietly, it doesn't have to be like this all the way through, just part of the song. Firstly, don't hit the instrument so hard. Secondly, use fewer instruments if you've got several playing. Just stop and just have one playing. Number 3, you can actually stop playing the instruments altogether so that you just hear the voices. Works particularly well in harmony. Number 4, play less often. Play the notes perhaps one note to a bar rather than several notes to a bar. You can do broken chords as well as chords where the notes are played together, unbroken chords. And fifthly, play fewer notes. You can play a finger pick, or you can play a counter melody. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. I always answer comments. And thank you for listening. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, the next 5 ways video. Thank you and goodbye.